And with that in mind, let's now look at something that is not a Broadcom specific item, but the fact that we have a friend, Tech Field Day presenter Airvine, has debuted a new technology designed for getting around concrete walls, or more appropriately, to go through them, which I think could be a key differentiator. WaveCore is the name of the new product, which is developed as an outgrowth of their existing WaveTunnel solution. Dave Sumi of Airvine said that while WaveTunnel was successful with interior walls, there was a need to go through some very thick exterior walls as well. And WaveCore functions as a point-to-point Ethernet bridge capable of speeds of up to 3 gigabits through a wall 18 inches thick, using a 6 gigahertz radio to do the heavy lifting. And speaking of heavy lifting, Tom, what do you think? Is this something that's going to have traction? Is it a real deal?
I think it is. We got to see Airvine. It was almost 4 years ago when they presented during Networking Field Day. And the idea is actually pretty sound, if you will. They do a lot of work in universities where you can't really like mar the structures very much. Like, if you have like a building on the Harvard campus that is, like, I don't know, like 150 years old, you can't drill holes in the wall to put stuff up. And so the original idea behind WaveTunnel was pretty easy. You put one box on the wall, you shoot a wireless across the wall to connect another pod, and that way it all works. And originally, the WaveTunnel worked really well, provided it was open air or glass. And during that Networking Field Day presentation, a couple of our delegates actually gave them that feedback of, I don't always get to work with friendly walls, if you want to call it that. Think about most university buildings that have been built over the last 50 years. There was that period from pretty much between like 1945 to maybe about 1975 where they were all built with massive amounts of concrete, whether that was from a cheap construction perspective or they were trying to enhance the security. I know there's a building down here on the University of Oklahoma campus that is literally built to be riot proof, and the concrete walls are a foot thick inside the building. That does not bode well for anybody who's trying to get a wireless signal through there. So what had happened is that Airvine went back to the drawing board and they said, we need to make this a reality. So they pumped up the wattage. It was a 5 gigahertz radio in WaveTunnel. It's now a 6 gigahertz radio, now that is legal in the US. And they are able to penetrate 18 inches into a concrete wall to be able to pass that signal between two WaveCore endpoints. That is a massive advantage, because if you want to be able to beam that technology out of the building, say you want to be able to go across a courtyard or something, now you can do that without having to drill through the wall. I don't know about you, but I don't have a whole lot of 18-inch drill bits in my toolkit. So I think that this is something that's interesting. Of course, we're going to have to see how it plays well under certain loads. 3 gigabits per second throughput is really good for a wireless technology. It's okay for Ethernet technology because, typically your backbone technologies are running in multiple gigabits per second, all the way up to 10 or more. So I can see this maybe as a solution for like maybe a historical building or maybe an outbuilding that needs some connectivity, but we can't trench fiber out to it for one reason or another. So I'm excited to see where Airvine is going to be taking this. I really hope that this is something that the universities pick up on. And it's not just limited to them either. Hospitals can take this because of some of the interesting scenarios that they have with things like, MRI rooms. I can even see this going into places like in situations that we have here in America, where some of our school buildings are being built to be safe rooms from severe weather, and those walls are pretty thick. So if we need to get signal in there to be able to do like, weather updates and stuff like that, that's a great way to do it. So kudos to Airvine for solving that whole concrete problem. I hope this pans out for you.